Good evening. Merry Christmas. My name is Captain Claus. This is Christmas Eve, and that can mean only one thing. This is Christmas Eve with Captain Claus, and it's time for the 10th annual reading of The Night Before Christmas. This is one of my favorite holiday traditions. This is something that, going back to my childhood, was something that I looked forward to every year. My dad would read this story to us before we would all rush off to bed and try to get some sleep before Santa Claus came. That way we could get all our fun presents, and the morning would come sooner, and we could get up and open them. Now that I'm a little bit older and Santa Claus focuses on the kids more so than he does me, I am really, really blessed that I get to come into your homes and come into your families and come be a part of your holiday celebration for just a few minutes each year. So thank you all for allowing me in once again. Thank you to all the kids who have grown up watching me. Thank you to all the adults that feel like kids growing up watching me. Without further ado, let's dive in, shall we? This is The Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mamma in her kerchief and I in my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new-fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh with 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkle I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. Ho, ho, ho. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, and filled all the stockings, and then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose, and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down on a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out of sight, Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night. There it is. That's year number 10. Thank you so much for joining me. That's a decade we've been sharing this tradition, and I hope it continues for several decades more. I hope your Christmas is filled with joy and laughter and loved ones and delicious food and all of the most wonderful things that this season is meant to be. I hope your new year is bright. I hope it's optimistic. I hope your future is looking magnificent. My name is Captain Claus. This is Christmas Eve with Captain Claus, and I cannot thank you enough for being here once again. Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night.